Hey, my YouTube family, welcome back to another episode of Selfish Therapy. If this is your first time, welcome aboard. On this channel, we talk about any and everything self-therapy. So if you are not ready to do the work, this may not be the channel for you. For my returning viewers, thank you guys so much for your interactions and your support. If you have not already done so, please remember you show your support to me by subscribing to my channel, turning on your post notification bell so whenever I post new content, you guys are notified first, as well as leaving me a thumbs up if you like my videos, dropping a comment below to let me hear what your thoughts are on my topics or what you'd like to hear me talk about. But with that said, guys, we're gonna jump right into this video. So guys, if you are new on the channel, again, my name is Lyrae, and today's topic is about one of the most important decisions that you will make is choosing your lifelong partner. Who's the person that you're going to be spending the rest of your life with? And I feel like sometimes people do not think long and hard about this. I think a lot of people are driven by just emotions of, I love this person, and they kind of ignore some of the other things, or they don't think about how long forever is. That's a very long time. And excuse that person, they're just going in their car. Forever is a very long time, and it's a very scary decision to, just say that this is it, the end all be all for this person. For some people, it's a very scary decision. Some people, it's a no-brainer. They've just met their person, they in sync, and it's like, you already know. But for others, it's a little bit more challenging, and I feel like sometimes we just jump into certain things for the now, and we don't look at the long term. So I just wanted to talk about what that looks like. But here are some of the things that you want to use as a guideline, because everybody's different, but just certain things you can look at from a different standpoint. Okay, so I realize people make choices, or couples, there's either practical reasons why they chose to spend life together, or impractical reasons. Sometimes it's a mix of both. Whether that's what looks good on paper, being with you, I'll be stable financially, or the American life, and all that stuff, what looks good on paper, but in truth you sacrifice another part of yourself in order to have what looks good to others and to people. And then you have the part where you are in love, where it's all about your emotions, how this person makes me feel, and you find that sometimes it becomes pressuring on either or. Now, whatever the reason is, I feel like there has to be some kind of balance. I feel like you can't get into a relationship on just love, because you could love a person that's not good for you. Being with that person will kind of hinder you or block you from what you were called to be. Choosing your partner can either make or break you. And I always say this, you must know and look at who and what you're getting into. Love alone is not going to do it. And I don't feel like it's also fair to any human being or any one person just being with a person for what looks good, whether that's we do better together financially, the business, this facade that we put up, that business type of relationship. People that stay together, that sacrifice the love, the affection that we crave as humans to just be with a person because it's comfortable. Now, according to the Bible, once you choose your person, that's your person. There are only certain things that would require you, or that you can get divorced without it being considered a sin. But if we're just, just talking in general, I just don't think one without the other makes, is the right way to go. But anyways, like I said, choosing your partner determines whether you go up or down. I'm telling you, man, it is so important to know who you're getting into bed with. Because forever is a very, very, very long time. And I'm not going to lie, it's a very scary decision to make. And I think that the more you learn who you are spending time with, you realize that some people choose the idea of the relationship and not the actual person. And choosing the idea of a person is very dangerous, or the idea of a marriage, it's very dangerous. So you find that people get into a situation, they say, they're all into it in the beginning, and as real life hits, reality hits, and now you are really seeing this person whom you marry or whatever. You're now getting ready to withdraw because you didn't know who this person was, right? And I really do believe that people change over time. That's another thing. Some people are not prepared for that. It's like they want to be with the same person all the time, but that's not possible. People go through different stages of life, different experiences, and nobody stays exactly the same, right? And what oftentimes happens is that you both are changing, but you're just going in different directions. And that's a direct result of, and let me say this, sometimes it's a very, you don't always know, because some people are just deceiving. I get that. I get it. But a lot of times we don't do our homework. We don't take the time. We don't take it before God. There's so many things that we don't do that could have prevented us from getting into a situation that is not good for us. Like, we practically ignore the red flags because we have a different goal. And I feel like we need to do a better job, because not spending enough time to really learn and understand your partner, or you just blinded. You just ignore certain red flags because they're almost always there. Maybe not all of them, but there's certain things that you see ahead of time. I saw a post going around the other day, which was like a funny meme. And long and short of that post was, they were saying, I think they said, what is the, I guess, weirdest thing or most immature thing or something that you broke up with somebody for? And they posted their experience, and his experience was, he was talking to this girl. They had one charger. Now at this point we don't know whose charger it was, but there was one charger. Her phone was at 88%, his was at 3%, and he said, let me use the charger, and she said, no, you have to wait till my phone gets to 100%. And he was like, that was enough for him to say, no, this is a selfish person. And you know what it is? Yes, I could say sometimes you got to give people grace. Maybe she's a person that needs to be taught about certain things or whatever. But that's a direct red flag. Like, that's clear selfishness. That's my opinion. That's clear selfishness. And then we don't know the full extent of the circumstances too. So just so you guys know, we're just speaking of general based on what we were given. And I say that to say that's so small, and any of us would probably overlook something like that. But in the beginning stages of a situation, those are little things that you show what kind of a person that you're dealing with. And some people might disagree with me, but it almost always shows up. Right? So those are like little things that it's normal for us to look past, because, in the interim, we're feeling this person and we're being led by our emotions. Sometimes we don't even think about it as a life partner. Like, this is somebody that I'm probably going to be tied to. And sometimes we don't think about it from a sense of, when you decide to intertwine your life with somebody else, when you decide to this is my person, I am going to do life with this person, that ultimately shapes the rest of your life's journey. That affects what you do as a career, that which in turn affects your finances. If you decide to have children, what type of children you're bringing into society or bringing into this world. It does affect your basically your faith, whatever you believe in. There is so much that just choosing one person can determine if you go left or right, up or down, right? And I've seen it so many times. People get into a situation, they get married, and then find out that's not their person. And a lot of the times you think you're gonna just pick somebody and say, this is my person, I feel this way, I just know my person, right? It's really about who are you willing to go that extra mile for, and are you guys going, at least have the same values? Are you guys going in the same direction? What do you believe in? And people have also understand that it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to like exactly the same things. Also, people sometimes they get into, not only just marriage, but they have children, and then come to find out they don't even like each other. So it's like there's so many moving parts to deciding who you want to spend the rest of your life with, because once you make that decision, that not only determines where your life goes or how your life goes, but also if you bring new people like children, extended family, all those things, that there's so many other people that you're bringing on board into a situation that you may not be sure about. So my thing is, I just wanted to say that to say, guys, it's not just about seeing a person, have this feeling that this is my person, and then ignore everything else. No, sometimes that's, if you are willing to go the extra mile for that person, is that person willing to go that extra mile for you? Because with that, at least you could say you guys at least have the same goal. Now it's a matter of building and working on getting to that place, that sweet spot where, what are you willing to compromise? What are you willing to compromise? Because it's not going to be the perfect situation. And I feel like sometimes people get into this thing and they expect it, which is marrying the idea or dating the idea of what a relationship should look like. But no, it takes work. It takes you building and molding what you want. But the only way that you can do that, you both have to be on the same page. You both have to at least have the same long-term goals, right? What are the conversations that you have surrounding when you decide to have a child? Yes, we know that you want to have a family, but what is important to you? How do you think about raising your children? Are you guys on the same page? Do you have the same beliefs, faith-wise? Do you believe in God? Do you not believe in God, or whomever you believe in? And my thing is, if you guys are not on the same page with this, then what happens is you end up having children, and then there's a tear, there's a fight, there's a pull apart. The kids feel that now you're creating a cycle of dysfunction. We just need to do a better job of taking the time and not just looking at a person, they look good, or it sounds good, or it looks good on paper, and decided, okay, that's my person, or this is what I'm supposed to do, so I'm going to do it. I just don't feel like that's the right way to go about it. And there is work to be done when you decide you're going to choose a partner, and not waste time. Then you have people who just get into a situation just to get into it. They're not thinking about long term. It's like, I'm just having fun now, and then you have a oops baby. Or like I said, you get involved with the extended family, and now everybody's being pulled apart. The moms, the dads, all the parents are pulling into this entire situation that you didn't intend for it to go anywhere in the first place. Just think about those things and the consequences. We just need to stop being selfish when we're making certain decisions. And when we do make those decisions, are you exercising every aspect of what needs to be done to mold and build your relationship, or are you just upping and quitting because it doesn't look like the idea that you had initially? So with that said, I will have a part 2 to this video, which is going to go deeper into what that looks like, or what are some of the things that we can look at or think about when we're choosing a partner. And yeah, we could talk a little bit about that. So that will probably be the next episode. So with that said, guys, I hope that you guys liked this video. I hope I made some sense and I wasn't just rambling. I hope that it helps somebody, you know, probably a light bulb come on and say, hey, I probably need to think about this a little bit more. But with that said, I'm going to love you guys and leave you. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Do not forget to leave a comment below. Let me hear what your thoughts are on the topic. And with that said, I will see you on the next episode. Love you and bye for now. Happy Saturday, guys.